Hello friends, in this video we will study about data compression. What is data compression? What are the needs of data compression? What are the basic techniques involved with the help of which we can study data compression? This video is small initiative by me Mansi Chaudhary and my friend Avanti Lad to give all of you a small guidance and to teach you about data compression. So moving forward, I would like to give you a small situation. Imagine a condition when you want to go outside but you are having only one suitcase and you are having so many things to carry with you. Now, what are you going to do in such a situation? The situation sounds quite blunder, right? Now, in this situation, you are having basically two examples. Either what you can do is you can compromise with your luggage or your requirements. That is, leave some luggage at your home. Or what you can do is you will have to carry number of luggages and suitcases with you. In this situation when you are stuck, what you all require is an idea. A good idea that will help you to develop and that will help you to come out there of this situation. So the answer of this question is right in front of you. That is the data compression. Yes, my friends, with data compression you can achieve what you want and you can compress the files, the data and save them in minimum space available. The same technique will be used while you are packing. What you will try to do is you will try to fold your clothes, you will try to keep your books in such a format that most of them adjust in that particular suitcase by taking a minimum space. This was an example to show you the need of data compression with your practical life aspect.
So, in computer language, what actually data compression is? Data compression is a technique or process of suppressing the data in which the bits are modified or converted to minimize the length of the original data. That is, we can put up the data in such a space, original data, we can compress original data in such a way that it may take less space. That is, data compression involves encoding the information in a file in such a way that it takes up less space. Now, why do we use this data compression? There are many reasons to compress a file. Some of them are as follows. Compressed file becomes small in size. Compressed file take less storage to store and hence it saves cost and saving. Another advantage is that compressed file can be transmitted faster, decrease access time. So in this way, by compressing the data, we can use our data in the proper format. Now, there are different techniques by which data compression can be performed. They are using a different notation, suppressing repeating sequences, assigning variable length code, and irreversible compression techniques. So further, we would have a look on all these techniques.
Now, we will look to the first method, the basic method, which is called using a different notation. In this method, what we do is we decrease the number of bits in data by a compact notation. The basic idea of this method is to convert the form in which the data is stored. For example, if your data is stored in an ASCII value, then what this method will do is you will store them in bits value. And my friends, the best part is that by doing this method, you will save approximately 50% of your space. That means with that luggage example, in the same suitcase, you will be able to put 50% more of your clothes. So what they do in this method is they simply convert the way in which the bits are stored. For example, if the bits are stored in ASCII manner, they are converted into binary form. As we know that ASCII characters require more space as compared to the bits, in this way we will able to store maximum information in the minimum space. This is the main motive and the way in which using a different notation techniques of data compression work.
Now the next technique comes is suppressing repeating sequences. What actually this method do is sometimes the repeated values in the data. So this repeated values takes a huge amount of space when we store them. So we can use them in the form of sparse matrix to reduce the length of the data. For example, the data given here consists of the data that is 23, 24, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 29 and 30. Now this is a huge amount of data, but we see there are many repeating sequences, like 25 is repeated approximately 6 times and the other words are not repeated. So what we can do is we can store the data in the form of a standard format. That is, we can see here that is the 23 and 24 are stored in the same format as they are occurring at once. Now the next 25, so it can be stored in the format that is first FF, which is an indicator, then the number of bits which is increasing frequently occurring, that is 25, and then the number of times it is occurring, like 25 is repeating 6 times. So we can write these things in the format FF, 25 and 06. Instead of writing 25 a multiple number of times, that is 6 times. In this way it stores the length of the data. This method is also called as run length encoding technique.
Now moving forward to the third technique, which is called Huffman encoding. This is a simple method. It is somewhat related to the last method in the sense that in this method also we try to store the most frequently used data to nearest so that that data can be easily accessed. For example, what we do is, in a data, if a number or a bit is occurring frequently or if the same information is used number of times, then that data is stored in the form of a tree and in a such a way that the most repeated data has the shortest length so that we can reach the most repeated data very easily. It can be called as, we can define it as, in this method the data is stored in the form of a tree in such a manner that the most frequently used data has the shortest path length. Such a kind of tree here is called as Huffman tree. Now we will see more about Huffman tree by looking at an example. This is the following example. Now we will see that here A has the frequency 17, B has frequency 12, C has frequency 12, D has frequency 37 and E has frequency 32. Now from this figure we can recognize that the figure E is having the maximum frequency whereas B and C are having low frequency. So what Huffman tree will do is, it will arrange the data in such a manner that E will be having the nearest path length whereas B and C will be having the maximum path length. So we will now look at the procedure of making the Huffman tree. Now see, as B and C are having frequency 12, so we have created, so this will be represented as B and C will be collaborated to 24. Now A is having frequency 17, it is stored separately. Now the summation of A, B, C togetherly is 41. Same we will do with D and E, as E is having highest frequency and D is having the second highest frequency. We will do their sum, which comes to be 59. Now by summing up the two branches, the branch of ABC and the branch of DE, we will combining them, we will get a sum of 100. Now this is the final tree. Now if you will look at this tree closely, what you will find is that E is having the minimum length whereas D and C are having the maximum length. That is, what we have done is, we have stored E to the nearest point so that this can be used more frequently. So the repeated calls which are made in the programs, in the loop programs, will take lesser time as the data is compressed. So this was all about Huffman coding, how we arrange them in the format of a tree to achieve the data compression technique and to perform our functions in the minimum time.
The next method comes to be irreversible compression. The name itself suggests that irreversible. That is, in this technique, where few bits of data are sacrificed for compressing it. That is, once if we compress the data, some of the data might get lost and it cannot be regained. This suggests the meaning that irreversible. This is what we do with our audio and video files usually. Sometimes we change the quality of the video or audio files, that is compressing them. That is changing their quality from normal or high or low. In this way, sometimes what happens, the data gets lost. A few amounts of data which is not valuable gets lost in it and it can't be regained again. So this was all about the data compression techniques. In this way, we can effectively use these techniques for saving our data in a minimum space. There are basically 4 techniques of data compression as we see in the overall presentation. Now, in some methods, the data can be lost, and in some methods, the data can also be in the same format as the original data. So, compress your data in the most efficient space and use as minimum space as you can.
So friends, this was all about data compression, the techniques involved in data compression. Now, by learning this presentation and by having an overview of this presentation, we will be presenting in front of you few questions related to this presentation so that you will come to analyze yourself that whether you have understood the concepts of data compression or not. So here we begin with the first question. The first question is there any data loss in the technique by using a different notation? I repeat, is there any loss in technique of using a different notation?
So, we can get the answer that using a different notation, there is no loss there is no data loss. Now, the next question comes to be is, which data compression technique you should use for audio and video files? So, as we learned that irreversible data compression technique is used for compression of audio and video files in which some data might be lost. The third question comes to be, redundancy reduction can be used for which of the following case? So, the options are file being small and accessed by different softwares, file being large and accessed by different softwares, file being large and accessed by one software, or all the above. So, answer to this question is that file being large and accessed by only one software can be used in the redundancy reduction.
Now moving towards the next question. Now as we have learned about the technique in which the most frequently used bits are arranged or in such a manner that we don't have to give them separate space to each of them. So by using that technique, we have brought for you a question. Now the question is, choose the order in which the following data would be stored using run length encoding technique. The data is 22, 23, 23, 23, 27, 28, 28, 28, 28, 29. So, in this, what you have to do is, if you will see in this question, 23 is repeated for 3 times, 28 is repeated for 4 times. Now, when you will store by using this technique of the data compression, what the answer should be, we will store 22 first as it comes only one time. Then for moving 23, what we will do is, we will store 23 3 times. For that we will use the notation FF2303. Then 27 is occurring only one time, so it will be stored as it is. Now once again we will find repetition with the bit 28, that is 28, 28, 28, 28. 28 is repeated for 4 times, so it will be stored in the format 2804, and now 29 will be stored as it is. So the final answer is C. Now moving towards the last question, that is, what are the advantages of data compression? Now by learning what is data compression, what are the needs of data compression, you would have came to know few advantages of data compression. All you have to do is analyze and guess them. The first option is compressed file becomes small. The second option is it saves cost and saving, and the third option is it decreases access time. So as we saw that data compression have all these advantages, that is, by compressing a file we can make it small, therefore it also requires less space, and therefore cost is less, and it saves a cost and saving. Also it decreases the access time. If the file is compressed, it is small, therefore we can access it easily. So all the 3 options are the advantage of data compression, and the answer is all the above. So friends, that was all about data compression. We hope you liked that video and you would have got a number of things related to this. So study data compression, know more about it. All the best.